When you're launching something new, you have to be very careful, because of course you can offend people. I mean, it's the biggest thing, isn't it? It doesn't matter whether it's a theatre opening, who receives that first night invitation first, and everybody gossips, as we all know. And then of course they work out exactly where they are, or where they think they are, in the pecking order of your life. And this is now a huge problem that's really engulfing, some might suggest, Meghan Markle, because as we now know, she decided rather, well, with faint surprise, some people might say, to launch her latest epic upon the world, a jar of strawberry jam. Yes, surrounded by beautiful lemons in seemingly one of those sort of dollar store bowls, which I thought looked quite nice, actually. A lovely way to present it. Nonetheless, it's still a jar of jam. I did like, of course, somebody who wrote on Twitter, I think the line was, now, breakfast and lunch is now sorted as a sweet treat. You think, really, it's pushing it a little bit much, isn't it? But of course, everybody was really looking towards this particular thing. And as ever, let me explain. Morning, lovely to see you today. Thank you so much for taking the time out to join me, and as ever, welcome one and all brand new subscribers. I know we love these sort of things, don't we? It's a funny thing. We'll have a quick wave, by the way. It's a funny thing, isn't it? Because in your sort of friendship group, and I think this happens more and more, all thanks really to the digital platforms that we all live in, you can see, can't you, if people have had an event and they've not invited you to it. And then, this happened to a friend of mine, and then, the sort of thing where they say, oh, it was just a small gathering, and they put it on Facebook, and suddenly there's like 50 people there. You think, and a large gathering is? They just get caught out. That's the problem. This is the problem, of course, now for Meghan Markle, because as we saw that she decided, as I say, to launch that jam. I'm sure the world was quaking in its boots at this latest idea from the Archwell Foundation or American Riviera, whatever she's aligning that to for tax purposes. I find it fascinating, as I say. Now, here's where we all notice the thing, you see. Not only do people pick out the peeling jars and the resin in top or whatever, I just see it as a jar of jam. If it's tasty, lovely. Wouldn't be paying any more than I pay for it now, you know what I mean? As I said the other day, Fortnum & Mason's jam, very nice. The absolute best. Too expensive, but as a treat, not bad. You know what I mean? Bilberry, ooh, absolutely delicious. Meghan, though, decided, or someone at least revealed, that they were number 17 in the itinerary. Now, apparently the reason why Meghan decided to label these is so that she could keep a control over who influenced and who didn't. As I told you, you get the jar of jam in return for gushing about it online, almost with a pre-script of how marvellous it is. Yes, you see, nothing like a free lunch in the world of celebrity. And we saw that, if you remember, when Meghan launched that clever coffee thing, and Oprah Winfrey claimed it was a very favourite coffee. Yeah. Never to be seen drinking it again. A little bit like a Weight Watchers claim, where she suddenly said she'd lost all that weight, and turns out it wasn't Weight Watchers at all. You can't trust any celebrity. Now, here's where it gets interesting, because everybody was saying, but who is number one? Well, I can tell you. A bit of a drum roll, please, because this is like the official chart rundown, is it not? Who's in at number 5? Who's not? Who's in at number 4? According to an excellent source, and this is a wonderful, excellent source, the number 1 recipient of that jar of jam, strawberry, at number 1, in at number 1, was none other than this lady. That's right, the First Lady herself, Dr. Jill Biden. Strange choice, eh? Now, the reason why, apparently, that we've not seen anything about this is that Dr. Jill is not allowed to promote other things, as one can imagine, on social media. And, of course, it could get lost, of course, in all the posts that's received daily in the White House. As ever, we have to say allegedly at that point. What's interesting here, though, is that obviously there's going to be currying favour. And the fact that the First Lady received the number 1 jar of jam says exactly where Meghan's pitching herself moving forward. Let's not forget, though, that apparently Dr. Jill and, of course, the President of the United States, Joe Biden, refused to give them a lift in Air Force One when they wanted a lift back on one of their many trips back here to the United Kingdom. Maybe this will soften the plot, or indeed will it make it easier for Harry to stay, should President Biden remain in power another 4 years. You know what? They'll get in a jam if not. Neil Shaw in the very heart of London.